This is how Africa was carved, Episode 1. Before colonization is discussed, one assumption must be examined: the idea that Africa was behind. History does not support that claim. Africa was not behind. It was pushed. Long before European conquest, Africa was already developing on its own terms. The continent was not isolated. It was connected. Trade routes crossed the Sahara, linked the Indian Ocean, moving goods, people, and ideas across vast distances. West African gold entered global markets centuries before colonization. Salt, textiles, and knowledge moved through organized trade networks. African merchants negotiated prices, treaties, and partnerships. This was structured economic activity, not randomness. Africa also had centers of learning. In Timbuktu, scholars studied law, mathematics, medicine, and astronomy. Manuscripts were written, copied, and preserved. Knowledge was valued and protected. Empires like Mali and Songhai governed large territories using taxation, law, and diplomatic systems. The Kingdom of Benin built planned cities and produced bronze art using advanced techniques. The Kingdom of Congo engaged in formal diplomacy with foreign states as a recognized political entity. Ethiopia maintained state institutions, literacy, and political continuity for centuries. Africa was not a single civilization. It was a continent of many systems, each shaped by geography, culture, and history. Political authority existed through councils, kings, age-grade systems, and spiritual leadership. Justice systems resolved disputes. Agriculture adapted to local environments. Medicine combined empirical knowledge and observation. Development did not stop naturally. It was interrupted. When Europeans arrived, they encountered societies with existing systems. To justify takeover, those systems had to be dismissed. Complex societies were described as disorganized. Knowledge systems were labeled primitive. Sovereignty was reduced to tribalism. This narrative did not emerge by accident. It served a purpose. If Africa was presented as behind, then intervention could be framed as progress. But intervention came with destruction. Existing political structures were dismantled. Economic systems were redirected outward. Social cohesion was fractured. Colonization did not begin development. It redirected it. History often asks why Africa faces economic and political challenges today. A more accurate question is what happens when centuries of independent development are interrupted, extracted from, and reshaped for external benefit. This raises a question that history rarely pauses to consider. Was there a need to dismantle functioning societies, disrupt economies, and destroy lives in the name of advancement? In the next episode, we examine the civilizations that existed before colonization and why their stories were pushed to the margins of history.